Hello and welcome along to GCN's latest tempo workout session. Today we are going to be joining Simon Richardson on a couple of beautiful climbs in the Alta Badia region of the Dolomites. First up, it's the Passo Falzarego and we're straight on to the Passo Valparola. First of all though, we want a good warm up. We've only got 3 minutes to do that. In fact, it's already down to 2 minutes and 40. So start spinning those legs, get the blood flowing and the body warmed up, ready for what's to come. Okay, we're already on the climb now, but we want to take things steady during the warm-up, gradually ramping up the pace. This session is all about improving your climbing and even your speed on flat roads too. We are effectively going to be doing 3 7.5-minute intervals at tempo, but each of them is peppered with shorter efforts at almost maximum, 10 out of 10 effort. So, during each of the 7.5 minutes, we'll start with 2 minutes of tempo, then a 15-second max effort interval, another 2 minutes at tempo, then a 30-second max effort, another 2 minutes at tempo, and finishing each 7.5 minutes with 45 seconds at max effort. There'll be 3 minutes of easy riding between each one, and then at the end, there's a nasty little surprise. Another 2 minutes of tempo and 1 minute flat out to the top of the climb. Okay, we're halfway through the warm-up now. Keep it up at around 100 RPMs. And get your mind focused, ready for what's to come. Now, when we're doing these intervals, you can adjust the resistance either on your trainer or using your gears. I'm using an Elite Directo. I've got the resistance set. I'm going to be using my gears to get the correct resistance for the effort levels. 1 minute to go of your warm-up. Okay, gradually increasing the effort. Remember, we're going to be starting the first lot with 2 minutes at tempo. I want to try and keep it around 90 RPMs for each of the tempo efforts and at 100 to 110 for each of the shorter, higher intensity intervals. Under 30 seconds to go. Nine seconds to go. Find the right gear if you're doing it that way. Okay, onto the tempo. Find a gear that puts you around 90 RPMs and a 7 out of 10 effort. Stay seated. Join Si Richardson up this climb. And then remember, after this first 2 minutes, straight into a 15-second flat out interval and straight back into tempo zone. Okay, we're 1 minute in, means 1 minute to go. Now, if you're lucky enough to be using a power meter for this session, during the tempo efforts, you want to be around 80 to 85% of your functional threshold power. But if you're just getting on feel, that's fine. As I said, 7 out of 10 effort is what you should be feeling for this duration. 30 seconds to go until we do our high intensity interval for 15 seconds. We want to stay in the saddle for the shorter ones. Ten to go. 5, 2, 1. Flat out for 15 seconds. Take it up to 100 to 110. 5, 2, 1. Back down to tempo. Back to 7 out of 10 effort level. Remember, another 2 minutes at 7 out of 10 effort for a 30-second, 10 out of 10 shorter interval. Now try to mimic the bike position that you want to get better at out on the open road. So if you're looking to improve your climbing, maybe spend some more time up here on the tops. If you're looking to get better on some flatter roads, you can get aero on the hoods or aero on the drops. "45 seconds to go until our next one." Breathing should be just about controlled through this tempo effort. Keep the pedalling smooth. Try and keep your upper body still. And we've still got quite a way to go to the end of this session, to the top of this climb. "15 seconds. Next one is 30 seconds long. "5 to go, choose your gear. 1, now flat out for 30 seconds. 20, 100 to 110 RPM. 10 to go. 5, 3, 2, 1. Back down to tempo. Already starting to bite a little bit. A great thing about this session is that it teaches your body to recover from an effort whilst you're actually still going reasonably hard. So you're not getting complete recovery between each shorter effort. And that's going to work its magic when you're out racing and doing group rides on the open road. Try and get that breathing under control again. Don't forget, as ever, take a drink. One minute to go, and it's 45 seconds flat out. Wow, Si's going well up here, isn't he? Seconds to go. Keep remembering your position on the bike. Keep the upper body very steady. Keep your legs at 90 RPM. Get yourself ready for the last shorter interval of this first tempo effort. 10 seconds. 5, get it in gear. 2, 1. 45 seconds, 10 out of 10 effort. Come on. Try and raise the cadence. 30 to go. 20. 15, come on. Then we get 3 minutes easy. 10. 5, 2, 1, and relax slightly. Right, keep the cadence high, but take the resistance right off, either using your trainer or using your gears. We've got 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go before we do that again. Right, that's 2 minutes of easy spinning until the next interval starts. Now's the time you want to take some fluids on board. And now's also the time that you might want to just change position slightly, maybe get out of the saddle, use some different muscles, ease off from the ones you have been working, but just taking it easy. 1.5 minutes, halfway through this recovery period. Keep the breathing under control now, this is the important part. Probably at well over 1,500 meters of altitude. Still a fair bit of climbing to go. 26.5 minutes left overall in this session. So we've done 7.5 minutes of work. And we've got a total of 18 minutes of hard work still to go, intermingled with those rest periods and a cool down. "40 seconds. Keep the cadence up, mine's dropping. To go. Just to remind you, straight back into 7 out of 10 tempo effort for 2 minutes in 11 seconds time. So get your gear ready. Try and get into the same one you were in before, unless you were finding it too easy, and go. Now keep it controlled. This should feel hard, but doable. Like you could just about hold a conversation with somebody. And you could, if you wanted to, keep this going quite some time if it weren't for those nasty shorter intervals. That's it, keep the cadence at 90. If you haven't got a cadence meter, you can follow the yellow arrows going around and around on the screen. Try and keep one of your pedals in time with one of those arrows. That's it, everybody. 1 minute and 10 until a 15-second interval. One minute. Hitting the snow line. 30 seconds. $20. 10 seconds to go. And 5, and get it in gear. 2, 1, go. Hard as you can go, 8 seconds to go. 3, 1, back to tempo. Don't let it drop too much. If you're using a heart rate monitor, you're probably going to find it is gradually rising, even for the same effort, as you warm up and as you struggle slightly to recover from the really intense effort. But don't worry about that, as long as it feels fairly similar, you're doing just the right thing. I've let my cadence drop. Make sure you keep an eye on your cadence. 90 now. One minute to go before our 30-second interval for the second time. Oh, look at that road surface. "30 seconds to go." Next bit's gonna hurt, so get your brain ready for it. Doing really well, come on. Almost halfway through the really hard work now. 10 seconds to go. 4, get it in gear. 2, 1, go. 30 seconds. 20. You got another gear. 10, keep it 100 to 110 RPM, spinning. 5, 2, 1, back to tempo. Keep it 90 RPM. Oh, that's hard. Right, you want to try to recover at this effort. I know it's hard. Focus on breathing. Right in and down to your stomach. Smooth, steady upper body. One minute to go, and then I'm afraid it's 45 seconds. 10 out of 10 effort. "30 seconds to go." I reckon we're going to be starting this next one just around this corner. 10. You ready? 5, get your gear. 2, 1, go. 45 seconds. Get it up to 110 RPMs if you can. And 30 to go. Come on. 20. Almost there, come on. 10. 5. Almost resting, come on. To the line. 1. Easy. Right, keep spinning the legs. You have to let me get my breath a second. Right, keep on drinking. So, you have now completed 15 minutes of hard intervals, and all you've got to go is 10.5 minutes. Right, try and keep the cadence up if you can. Still easy, just keep the legs spinning. Drink as much as you can. If you want to, relax out the saddle. Get the breathing under control. It's hard to keep the cadence up when you want to relax, isn't it? Okay, halfway through, 1.5 minutes before we do the third and final 7.5 minute section. Then we've got a little bit of rest for our last 3 minute section. And then it's a nice cool down, and your job for the day will be done. It's looking good, Si, isn't he? Look at him. Poker face. 1 minute to go. Remember, it's straight back in to your tempo effort for 2 minutes once this rest period is over. 7 out of 10. 80 to 85% of your functional threshold power. Okay, last drink before we start the last one. $15 to go. Time to get brain engaged. And gears. And go. Right, straight back into tempo. Try and find the gear that you had before or the same resistance on your trainer. Must admit, it does feel smooth on this. Straight into 90 RPMs. Breathing should still be controlled at the moment. One minute 30 to go. And then remember, it's a 15-second interval to start with, then 30, then 45. One minute 10. Keep your body steady. Pedal around in circles. Try and keep everything smooth, even your breathing. 40 seconds to go. I know it's feeling hard, but it's the last run now. You can almost see the finish line up there through the mountains. "20 to go. Focus on your breathing. 10. 5, 3, 2, 1. 15 seconds hard. 10 out of 10. Come on. 10. 5, 2, 1, and back down. Straight into tempo. Well done. Sorry, I'm a bit lost for words. Not much blood left in my brain. 1.5 minutes to go, and then it's a 30-second interval. Keep your cadence at 90. Don't forget, if you haven't got a cadence meter to look at, keep your eye on the yellow arrows on the screen. Try and replicate that tempo. This tempo is going to feel harder than a steady tempo because of those intervals that we're doing between. It is hard for your body to recover from those at a tempo effort, but I'm telling you, you are going to reap the rewards from this session later on this year. Well done. 30 seconds until our last 30-second interval. And 10 to go. 5, get it in gear. 2, 1, go. Get the cadence up, get the effort up. 25 seconds to go. 15, halfway there. Try and keep it smooth. 7, 5, 2, 1. Great. Don't slacken off. Back down to your tempo resistance. 2 minutes of this. Well done, everybody. You're doing really well. Come on. Okay, we've now crested Falzarego and we're beginning the Valparola. Don't worry, this bit's not too long, but it does crest at well over 2,000 meters above sea level. So if you're struggling for oxygen, that might be why. Okay, 1 minute to go. Try and keep that effort up. 90 RPMs. See if you can use the same resistance or the same gearing on your trainer. Got 45 seconds to go for our last 45-minute high intensity interval. Sorry, 45 seconds, don't worry. That frightened you, didn't it? 30 to go. 15. Almost there. 5. Get into your gear. 2, 1. 45 seconds from now. Go. Well done, come on. Keep that cadence up. 30 to go. 20, come on, that's it. 10, 9, 5, 2, 1. Well done. Okay. Give me a minute. Take it easy. That's what I'm doing. Oh my goodness. Alright, my cadence has dropped. Let's keep it easy, but let's spin the legs. Now, a quick reminder, in case you've forgotten, we have got a last, very short interval to go. Tempo and high intensity again, but this time 2 minutes at tempo and 1 full minute max effort. Okay, we've just gone over the Passo Falzarego. We've now turned right. There's a very short last bit of the Valparola. And at this point, we are well over 2,000 meters of altitude. So if oxygen's been a small problem for you, that might be why. Okay. Keep drinking. Keep spinning. Okay, 1 minute to go. This has already been a great session. If you've stayed up with us, with myself and Cy on screen, you've already done some great work in this session. But we're going to cap it off and we're going to put the icing on the cake and we're going to eke out that final percentage of form by doing well over these last 3 minutes. And then you are effectively going to be done. 30 to go. Just see what Cy was parked on the side there. $15. Okay, with 10 to go, get it back up to your tempo resistance or gear. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, up. Back to 7 out of 10 for 2 minutes. 90 RPM. I know the legs are hurting. Just got to get through to the finish line, which is in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. 1 minute and 40 of tempo, 1 minute flat stick to the line. Well done, keep it going. One minute 10. 1 minute to go of tempo, 2 minutes to go till our finish line. Come on. Solid tempo now. Oh, so I'm starting to weave. $40 to go. And 30. $15 to go. Get your brain engaged. Last bit of pain, only 60 seconds of it. 5 seconds. Get your resistance, get your gear. 2, 1, go. 1 minute. Well done. Almost finished, come on. 45. And 30 to go. That's it, keep it going, keep the cadence high. 20 to go. So you're gonna have to give us some encouragement. I'm out of breath. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Go, 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 go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, well done. Okay, and spin. Got a minute and a half of cool down. You can of course take longer if you feel like you need it. And I kind of feel like I do. Well done everyone, that was a great session. "25.5 minutes in total of really good quality in that. And I can feel it. Right, try to keep the cadence up again. Maybe just in your easiest gear, on your easiest resistance, down on the turbo trainer. $30 to go. $20. Oh look, so I stopped to admire the view. Okay, well done everybody. Thanks for joining myself and Cy Richardson. As I said, if you want to continue a cool down, please feel free to do so. However, if you are a real glutton for punishment, and you would like to continue straight on to another session, also in Alta Badia, this time with Matt Stevens, you can find that climb clicking in the bottom left hand corner down there. Or if you're interested in using the virtual online world that is Zwift, or you're using it already and you haven't yet used the interactive trainer mode, Cy Richardson explains all about that and how to use it in the top corner there. And please subscribe to the channel, the Global Cycling Network, by clicking on the globe.